my own phone. I'm planning to use it for a couple of years. So in this Hi guys, welcome to my channel Reviewing Indian, and today I'm going to review my brand new Vivo X60 Pro which I just bought like 20 days back. So this is my phone. It's not like, it's a review on it or something. I bought it for around 49,000 rupees and I got around 12,000 for my Pixel. Then they gave me around 10% cashback. Then as part of the pre-order offer I got around 2 years of warranty instead of 1 year. Then I'm getting premium service as well as I think one-time screen replacement free. So this is 49,000 rupees phone and it is called as one of the best camera phones. Let's get into the review, because this is going to be a very honest review, because this is not a paid review or something, because this is my own phone. I'm planning to use it for a couple of years. So in this review I'm going to talk about the design, the performance, the camera of course, the software and other features, and it's going to be like a vlog like thing. It's not going to be very formal because I don't have a studio or anything. So I'm going to take you through different areas, and in the end you can decide whether you want to purchase this phone. So if you like this video, please give a like, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions or suggestions, please leave it below, and let's get into the review right now. So let's start the review. So I'm just sitting on my balcony and let's start the review. So coming to the design, I've written so many points. Let me take you through that. Coming to the design, this is a very thin phone. They are claiming around 7.5 mm thickness, and it's a very slim phone and it feels really premium. The design part is also really good. There are like two colors. I went for this gray color which looks really good. It is very thin, it feels very premium. The problem is that it feels very slippery also, because with the phone you will get this case. Actually it's kind of a hard case. It's also okay, it's of good quality, but this one also again feels slippery. So what I did was that I just bought a cheap rubber case actually, which you can get in Flipkart or Amazon. This feels better, and especially because this has got a curved screen, because it's an X60 Pro. It's not like regular X60. It has got a curved screen and it makes it slippery, but overall the design is premium and I really like it. It feels like it's not like fingerprinty also. You can see that it's kind of a matte-ish finish, which means it's not very fingerprinty. The only gripe about the design or the hardware is that it's kind of doesn't have a dual speaker setup, because my Pixel had a dual speaker and it was good, and this one has got only a single speaker. That's the only gripe, and it doesn't feel very bassy, because speaker had a better the Pixel had a better output when it came to the speakers, but this one feels slightly less bassy. But I have a LG X Boom speaker, so I will adjust with that. So that's the only thing I wanted. I wanted a dual speaker for this price of 50k, but you get only a single speaker. I will just show the video of that speaker output now. The best thing about this suspension is that in bad roads and on highways, this is like superb. It soaks up bumps and it handles like a proper cruiser. I can easily say that this is one of the best handling Royal Enfields till now. This handles like a sports bike, whether it comes to. Then coming to the other area, it has got both face unlock as well as fingerprint scanner. Actually both are really fast. You guys won't believe it. It is really fast when it comes to the fingerprint scanner or the face unlock. And I have an iPad Pro, and this one is as fast as iPad Pro. This is like even in low light condition, the face unlock like really fast. You won't even feel. And compared to my Note 10 Lite, as I told in my review, which has got a very slow fingerprint unlock, this is like a super fast. You can see that just it's already opened by the time I was just showing you guys. Just like that, you have to just keep it and it opens. So that is really fast and that is really good. And again, so overall design and the usability is really good. Now next point, let's talk about the screen. So you get a 1080p Full HD Plus display which has got 120 Hz refresh rate. So I kept it in adaptive refresh rate, which means it will switch between 60 and 120 as per the requirement. And this is really smooth, because this is the first time I'm using a 120 Hz display, and this screen is really good. It gets really bright, as well as this kind of scrolls really well. The scrolling is really fast. It feels smooth and once you get used to that 120 hertz, you can't go back. So the screen is also really good, and the punch hole is like really small, and you won't feel it to be like intrusive. So I like the display because I came from my Pixel and Note 10 Lite, which had really good display, but this one is even better, it feels. And I don't know who supplies it, but this one feels really good. So overall hardware design pretty good. Now let's talk about the main point, that is the camera, because you guys will be looking at this video because you guys want to buy it for a camera. Same thing, because I had a Pixel 3 XL which had one of the best cameras, but it had some issues because the hardware was outdated. It was mainly working on software, so I wanted something better. So that's why I got it. So it has, you guys already know the specs, I'm not going to take you through that. It has got a gimbal stabilized 48 megapixel main camera with one of the biggest apertures, like 1.48, which is one of the biggest apertures, which means it will let in a lot of light. And you have another 13 megapixel with ultra wide and another 13 megapixel with optical zoom. No other like bullshit, 2 megapixel or something. It feels really good, and the gimbal stabilization is really good. So coming to the photos first, what you get is like really good photos in the real lighting conditions. In a normal lighting condition, this is like really good. The camera quality is really good because it's a big sensor. The blur effect in the background comes by naturally, because I've been, people been asking in Instagram that how it feels. So I just shared some pictures. I will show a number of pictures now so that you guys can actually see how good the background blur is. It comes by like naturally, and it feels in bright condition is really good. Only slight problem, and which I think they can solve it, is that in low light conditions, basically what happens is that it kind of takes a bit more time. In Pixel, what happens is it will first click the picture, then it will take time to process. But here in the low light condition, it takes 1 second more. And when you want to capture pictures like which is like moving or something in the low light conditions or at night, it takes slightly longer time. That was my only gripe. But other than that, the night photos are really good, because I told you it's a large sensor and it captures light. So I will show the samples here as. So let's check the video quality. I'm just walking normally, so you can see it's pretty stable. Now it's like 1x zoom, the main sensor, and let me turn around, then let me put the 2x zoom and see how stable it is. I'm just walking pretty briskly. You must have seen a vibration because that was the message which came, so the phone was vibrating as well. So that's there. Let's see the ultra wide angle stabilization. I'm just walking pretty fast, and let me just try and run. Ultra wide angle 1x. I'm just running more red pace. 2x. Let's see how good this is. Now standard stabilization, 1x zoom, and movie mode. so the frame kind of crops in to create the effect of a movie, shot. Wow, focusing is pretty good. So yes, wow. It's like from our home garden. Oh, what a sweet boy. So let's go and unbox this thing now. I'm shooting using Vivo X60 Pro, my latest mobile. And even this ultra wide angle is good, and even this 2x zoom is really good, and the color seems very natural. It's not like very saturated or something. And the video the stabilization is really good, and I don't have any problems with that. I will just show you the sample from that. So overall, for whatever purpose I bought, I wanted a good camera phone, and it feels like a good camera phone. So also about selfie camera, the selfie camera, I think it's around 32 megapixel sensor. It is good, and it doesn't like make you look like a foreigner or a white guy, but still there is a bit of beautification. But I think you can just live with that, and the quality is pretty good. And I got one camera update which made the pictures more sharper also. So overall, camera quality is pretty nice, and I'm happy with it. Hi guys, I'm damn excited. I just ordered this LG X Boom PL5 yesterday, and it's coming today. I'm just waiting for the courier guy. So as soon as I get it, I just gonna unbox it and I'm gonna test it. So let's get and collect the parcel actually. Yeah. So I'm not disappointed. So if you guys want a good camera phone, you can definitely buy, and especially with the exchange and other offers, you will be paying very less, and especially for that price, it's a good value for money. So now let's talk about the next point, which is basically performance and battery life. So it has got previous year's flagship, which is basically Snapdragon 870, and it is a 5G chip, so no problem there. And you get 12 GB of RAM with 3 GB of extra virtual RAM, which kind of takes from your storage. I have this 12 GB 256 GB variant, and it feels really fast. There is no stutter, nothing. And I played a bit of games because I'm not a gamer, but I was just playing the two dots and some games and all. There is no stutter, and there is some kind of game boost mode which kind of boosts the performance, which I used like a couple of times. But overall, for normal usage, no problem. It, like as I told you, it scrolls through apps and everything, and it kind of retains a lot of apps. So if you keep it open and then you go to the main menu and then you open after some time, still the app will be staying there, no problem there. And the battery, so you get not a very big battery, it's a 4300 milliampere hour battery if I'm right, and you get a 33 watt charger also. So first of all, charging, it charges like in 1 hour, so no problem there. And within like 15-20 minutes actually you get, or within 20 minutes you get around 50% charge, so no problem. And battery life is pretty good despite having a small battery and a very powerful chip. I don't know, they kind of manage the battery life. So I'm getting anywhere between 20 to 30% left at the end of the day with around 6 hours screen on time. So getting a 6 hour screen on time with around 20 to 30% battery is pretty good, because I'm a very hardcore user. Because since I'm working from home, what I do is that most of the time I'll be making office calls. I have this Microsoft Team connectivity through that. I'll be sending mails. I'll be just walking around. Whenever I walk, I take pictures, I watch videos, I send, again keep sending mails, calls, everything. So I'm actually using it like every time. Despite using like that much, I'm easily getting 6 hours screen on time. That means for a normal user, at the end of the day when you go back from office, you will be like having 30% battery left, and that's a good thing. And I hope Vivo will give you that software updates on time, so that you can keep the performance okay. So I don't know about that part, but overall I'm happy now. Now let's come to the software. That was one of my biggest concern when I was about to buy this phone, because the thing is that I used Pixel, which has got a very stock Android, and even the One UI in my Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Lite it felt better. So I had this feeling, whether it's a Vivo, it's a Chinese brand, whether it will have like a very bloaty software. No, it feels really good. It doesn't feel very colorful. It's like good for me, and you get a lot of options. The moment I bought it, I got a software update. Then recently, like a couple of days back, I again got the security update and a system update, and I believe I'll get up to Android 13, two more software updates, I believe. because they are offering 2-year warranty. Software experience is good. There is not much of a bloatware. Few apps they have installed, few of them you can actually uninstall, but few things they keep it, like game things and some vivo.com something that you cannot uninstall, but other than that it's okay. And the utility is good. For example, like single-handed mode, which is there, by swiping you can do that. Then you can use 3 fingers for a screenshot. And overall the software feels good, and it doesn't feel like crap. It's of a premium quality, and I believe they are kind of going towards like a stock feel, because of course Oppo, Vivo and OnePlus are from same parent, and the software is pretty good. And only thing I want to know whether they will give me up to like Android 13 or 14 update. If I know that, it will be much better, but I believe they will give up to Android 13, so I can use it for a couple of years. So coming to the overall verdict, the design is good. I'm happy with. It's a very slim, sleek, beautiful design. The camera is good, better than I expected, and I believe even with more software updates you will get more quality, and the camera quality is pretty good. I'm happy with that. The performance is superb. This is the first time I'm having a flagship phone like with the Snapdragon 870. Of course it's not 888, but still 870 is very fast. That's no problem. Screen is good. The audio quality from speaker is loud, but it's not very great. The software is good. So overall I'm happy with it. And if you have like 50,000 rupees to spare, and if you can exchange your phone and get some offers, you can actually get around for 30 something thousand. It's a good value, and I'm telling you, like, you can use for a couple of years very easily. So if you want to buy for a camera, just go ahead and buy, and you won't be like disappointed. And if you want to buy for performance, again you won't be disappointed. So overall it feels like a really good top mid-end phone which has got a really good camera and overall hardware. So that's it. And if you like this video, again please like it, leave comment, subscribe to my channel Reviewing Indian. And if you don't like it, still you give a like, because I'll try to improve. This is what I can do based on your inputs. I'll try and improve. So overall, thank you for watching, and cheers. Have a nice day. Stay safe.